are fighting the battle of misinformation every day, just like we are as journalists. But officials at AU say this is a case of interpreting data to fit what you want to hear. So you may have seen posts like these saying the CDC tried to quietly admit that only 6% of people died solely due to COVID-19. Dr. Cool says that data should be shocking, but for the opposite reason. Generally, even a healthy person who dies of COVID will have several other conditions listed on their death certificate. The CDC records the data off of those death certificates. So really, the other 94% of people aren't necessarily already sick people who then died of COVID. They could have been perfectly healthy too.
More concerning the fact that these people did not have any other condition along with the COVID-19. It's just offensive, actually, because people do not understand what that data means.
This theory spread so far, the president tweeted about it, and health officials say it's hurting their ability to communicate the severity of this virus. We'll explain why on News 12 at 6 o'clock. Reporting in Augusta, Brady Troutnell on your side.
And as COVID cases in our children rise in our area and around the country, AU Health is offering up testing just for them. They're opening up that new COVID testing site in Grovetown. Testing, of course, is more available for everyone. This is when AU started testing back in April. In Georgia, children represent about 9% of the cases. In South Carolina, it's about 16%. Dr. Cool says having your child tested at a pediatric center is also important.
Depending on the age of the child, the swabbing technique is different. We actually have to use a different type of swab for children. And so it's best for parents or our children and for the best possible care to do it in a pediatric specific location.
That new testing site is at the AU Care Center, Grovetown Pediatrics. You can make an appointment between 8 and 4:30, Monday through Friday. Children can also be tested at the AU Faculty Office Building and AU West Wheeler.
Checking our statewide coronavirus numbers, it's the second day in a row Georgia has seen more than 2,000 cases in a day. That's after 2 days in a row below 2,000 cases. 68 more people have died. A different story in South Carolina with 600 new cases. That's 3 days in a row with fewer than 1,000 daily cases. 26 more people have died there.
At our local hospitals, new cases staying low for AU Health with just 66 there. 61 people are being treated for COVID in the hospital there. Just 11 new cases at University Hospital since Monday. 48 patients are hospitalized with COVID. 1 new case at Doctors Hospital. 3 new cases at Aiken Regional today. And then 13 people are in the hospital at Doctors. 18 at Aiken Regional with COVID-19. We're still waiting to hear back from the Charlie Norwood VA. Let's have a live look outside now as we check on Wheeler Road. Some clouds, some sunshine. Here's Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale.
Not looking too bad for anyone heading home from work for the rest of this evening. Not tracking too much in the way of rainfall. Most of us are expected to stay very dry. So all our commuters out here looking good to go. Just very hot. Be prepared to run that AC on full blast. Look at Savannah River here, courtesy of EarthCam. We're currently up to 96 here in Augusta. So approaching the 6 o'clock hour and just as hot as yesterday. Our heat index is anywhere from around 103 to 108 across the area. Here in Augusta specifically around 105. Through this evening, very low rain chances, especially for us here in Augusta. I would expect all of us to stay dry for the most part, and generally mostly clear as well. Not anticipating too many clouds out there past sunset tonight. Main shower activity today was in the southern CSRA through Johnson and Emmanuel County, and even that is coming to an end. So that was our 10% chance of rain right there. We'll take a look at some higher storm chances for the weekend in just a little bit.
Breaking news just into the newsroom. We're learning about a motorcycle accident near the Columbia County-McDuffie County line. Deputies tell us it happened on East White Oak and County Line Road. We're told the female driver was ejected from the bike. It's actually in McDuffie County, but Columbia County got to the scene first, and they're assisting with that crash. The Army has launched a new investigation into decisions made by leaders at Fort Hood. The investigation is related to the death of Specialist Vanessa Guillen, whose remains were found in June, months after her disappearance. The 20-year-old's death has sparked a series of reviews into the environment at Fort Hood. Officials said in a statement back in July that there have been 23 deaths this year at the base. They include 7 off-duty accidents, 7 suicides, and 4 homicides, one of which was on the base.
Changes could be coming to dozens of monuments in Washington, D.C. The search has ended in Columbia County for a man wanted in a series of crimes that forced 3 local schools to go on lockdown. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office picked up this man, Jonah Schachter. He was wanted on charges of entering autos and motor vehicle theft. Just after 9 this morning, deputies launched a search in the Crown Heights and Sylvan Lake areas. Grovetown High, Columbia Middle School, Baker Place Elementary were all on lockdown while that search was on. Bringing more food and jobs to South Carolina.
New research confirms steroids significantly reduce the risk of death in critical coronavirus patients. Scientists with the World Health Organization studied data from 1,700 severe COVID-19 patients. They found patients treated with steroids were 34% less likely to die. The results prompted the WHO to issue new treatment guidelines calling for steroids to become the standard of care for severe and critical COVID-19 patients. A young South Carolina surfer is not letting a shark bite keep him from surfing. Hear from him and his mom about that day next.
And our generally hot and mostly dry stretch expected to continue the next few days, but we will change up our pattern for the weekend. We'll have a look at that full forecast next.
A young surfer talking about a shark attack that happened on a South Carolina beach.
And we want to warn you that some of the images may be disturbing. Caroline Bakalnis spoke with the boy who's not letting one bite keep him from the water.
A relaxing beach day took a sharp turn. Bandaged from foot to knee, Manjuleski recovering from a shark bite. The 12-year-old was bitten Sunday while surfing with a friend on Folly Beach.
Didn't even hear or feel anything. Then all of a sudden, when I was going over the wave, it bit down. As soon as he pulls his little foot up, I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, bro, we gotta get out of the water.
They paddled in to find help.
And I was trying to hobble over to somebody, screaming bloody murder, to try to get them to call 911 because I just got bit by a shark.
Fellow surfer Alex Diebert stepped right in, along with his wife Jessica, who happens to be a nurse. Liam's mom Tenna, not far behind.
Put him down on the ground. She wrapped his foot in a towel, called 911, and I sat with Liam, who was white as a ghost and just in shock, screaming. And everybody came out of the woodwork.
Rushed to the hospital, Liam underwent surgery for his foot.
He has no bone, tendon, ligament, or major nerve damage. I mean, he was very lucky. It's mainly soft tissue.
He never saw the predator, but believes it was a bull shark based on the bite.
So how a bull shark bites is the top is just used to hold onto it, and then the bottom sinks in and rips out. And missed pretty much everything by less than an inch.
Despite it all, Liam says he plans on paddling back out as soon as he's healed.
He seems so calm about the incident now, so I can only imagine how he was when it actually happened.
Yeah, and you could tell he's sort of become an expert on all things shark bites. He will have something to tell his friends for years to come about what happened.
That's for sure. Well, to weather now as we take a look over downtown Augusta. More sunshine, more heat, less rain. Am I right, Riley?
Exactly right, Zana. Unfortunately, our pattern not changing all too much today, so another day with just brutal heat and humidity and not much in the way of storm relief. We did have some showers pop up near Wrightsville and Swainsboro in southern Emmanuel County near Oak Park, but overall not expecting much in the way of rainfall for the rest of today. Our heat index, the peak right now is 108 up towards Clarksville Lake, and then for us here around the metro, we're around 105 here in Evans and Augusta. If you have any plans this evening, we are expected to stay dry, which is good news if you want to check out the moonrise of the full corn moon. So officially tonight is the full moon. We should have temperatures around the mid-80s, right around 8:30 later tonight. And the best time to view this is anytime after moonrise, a little bit after that. So between 8:30 and 9 o'clock should be fantastic out there. And hopefully we can clear out any clouds that are currently out there. For the rest of the overnight, expecting just mostly clear conditions. Low temperature is going to be dropping to the mid to low 70s by early Thursday, and not anticipating too much in the way of fog developing early tomorrow morning. For your Thursday afternoon, expected to be just as hot as today, mid to upper 90s in a few spots, and with the humidity, likely going to feel like anywhere from 103 to 108. I would definitely turn the sprinklers on the next couple of days, not expecting much in the way of rainfall for your Thursday or Friday, and you factor in how much heat we're expecting, it'll definitely be able to dry stuff out. By Saturday, we're expecting a front to be near us, but not anticipating a whole lot of rain at the moment. Obviously, this can change over the next couple of days, but as of right now, only anticipating a few hit-and-miss storms on Saturday. If you have any lake plans tomorrow, those look good to go. West winds anywhere from 5 to 10 knots, so later into the day there could be a little bit of a breeze, but not much. Definitely not enough to hit a lake wind advisory criteria. We're expecting highs to be around 95, 96 up at the lake tomorrow, and that water temperature is still holding steady in the mid-80s. Little in the way of the rain department for the rest of this evening and tonight as we head into tomorrow. Going to be more of the same and actually less clouds expected on Thursday. You can see our model here just going completely sunny. So this is thanks to that upper level ridge we've been talking about this week. Just kind of prevents clouds and storms from popping up too well. Friday morning, similar thing, loading up to mid-70s and heating up into the mid-upper 90s later into the day. Now, by the weekend, we finally shift up that weather pattern, but not expecting widespread rain by any means. The best thing about the weekend is by Sunday, those highs stay in the 80s.
Thank you, Riley. Man's best friend might become your drinking buddy. We'll explain what that product is when we come back.
I'm John Ossoff.
A pedestrian has been hit and killed by a car in Saluda County this morning. The coroner says 83-year-old Akemi Powell died on the way to the hospital. They say the collision happened just before 7 this morning on Highway 178 near North Y Street. Investigators say Powell was crossing the highway when she was hit. Troopers tell us it is an ongoing investigation. Meanwhile, Richmond County deputies say this man is wanted for questioning in connection to the murder investigation of a code enforcement officer, Charles Case. Deputies say he's known to frequent the Martin Luther King Boulevard area. They just want to speak with him. Smitty Melton has already been arrested and charged with the murder that happened August the 20th.
The world's oldest film festival kicks off today. The Venice Film Festival is regarded as a showcase for Oscar contenders as award season approaches. This is the first international movie event with an actual audience this year since the movie world came to a halt because of coronavirus. With cases rising again in Italy and elsewhere, strict safety protocols have been put in place. The festival runs until September 12th. Tyler Perry has joined an elite group including Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg. The filmmaker is officially worth $1 billion, according to Forbes. The new billionaire has 22 movies and he owns the rights to all of them. Together, they have grossed nearly $1 billion to date. Perry also owns more than 1,200 TV episodes, 24 plays, and a 330-acre studio in Atlanta.
He's doing all right. Looking for a new drinking buddy? How about your dog? Bush is making a bone broth called Dog Brew by Bush, and there's no alcohol in this stuff. It's made from bone-in pork butt, celery, mint, and ginger.
They can drink it, or you can use it to soften their food. A 4-pack sells online for $10. Bush says it will donate $1 for every 4-pack to the Best Friends Animal Society. It's currently sold out, but you can sign up for a waiting list, and I love this. And I'm loving how they are advertising it. It makes you want to go buy it.
Cute pictures. I wonder if they like it. Do they like it? That's the question.
I think so, because, you know, dogs will just eat about anything.
Pour it on their food like gravy.
There you
The
go.
gravy train is here. Riley?
All right, the heat index expected to stay pretty brutal the next couple of days, but we do drop it off as we head into the weekend. I'll have to look at that 7-day next.
And the visits some have waited months for. They're finally happening. See the way some nursing home residents are getting to see their loved ones a little closer up.
I'm Jamie Harrison.
7 Central on CBS. Like and follow News 1226 on Facebook for the latest up-to-date coverage near you.
Hugs and kisses from opposite sides of the glass as nursing home patients get to see their loved ones almost face-to-face. This is a nursing home in Barcelona where restrictions on visits are still in place, but they say this definitely beats a Zoom call.
I love how the pets get in on this too. Spain has seen a recent rise in cases, but the good news is care homes there are no longer a major source of new infections, and they're trying to keep it that way with scenes like this. Sure does beat a Zoom call. You don't have to unmute yourself to communicate with your loved one there.
Very sweet. It melts your heart seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
Quick update on the tropics. We have Tropical Storm Nana. This is heading towards Central America. Places like Belize, Guatemala, Honduras. They're expecting the potential for some mudslides, some intense tropical storm force winds as this continues west at about 15 miles per hour. So once again, Nana, not a problem for us here in the U.S. mainland, but is going to cause some issues for Belize, Honduras, Guatemala. It is going to weaken fairly quickly as it does make landfall and should just be extratropical in nature by Friday afternoon. Other places we're monitoring in the tropics, we also have Tropical Storm that may have just downgraded to, but that is Omar. So Omar is continuing just north of Bermuda and not going to be a problem to us either. But if we go a little bit further south, a little bit east, we are tracking two other tropical waves, specifically this one now rolling off the west coast of Africa. That does have a high chance of forming into a named storm over the next 5 days. For us, we're not anticipating much in the way of rainfall the next couple of days. It is going to stay very hot and humid. Better rain chances as we head past Labor Day.
Riley, thanks very much. That's it for now. The News 12 at 6 o'clock starts in 3 minutes. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
If you have